Boom. Right. It's been a while. Oh, that's right. I have a Spidertron. I came prepared. Perfect. Right, so what are we doing right now? I've made a little bit of lots of little things. I'm making lots of other things in here. We're currently researching stronger explosives. What is the next tech that we need from Fulgora? I guess is to get electromagnetic science back. Is that really all it is? Like, it feels like we're racing through Fulgora. Yeah, it's a really straight line right down here. So this is the next unlock for us. And then that unlocks a lot of new stuff. Some of it I can do. Some of it I can't. No, I won't be able to do that one because I need metallurgic science. The orange beaker is science from Vulcanus. But I will be able to make personal batteries Mark III, energy shield Mark II, lightning collector, collect lightning from a wider area and generate power more efficiently. Okay. Mech armor, very, very big thing we want. Won't be able to discover Aquilo. We'll be able to discover Roboports Mark II. We'll start being able to increase blue circuit productivity. We'll be able to get quality Mark III. Okay. Oh, that's instantly a infinite tech. Interesting. Scrap recycling productivity. We'll also be able to start increasing the worker speed for robots. And Tesla weapons as well. Now, apparently this would have been great if we'd had this before going to Gleba because the pentapods aren't resistant at all to electricity. Okay. All right. Noted. We should throw some things onto the research queue, though, just to make sure the research queue always has something going on with it. And honestly, right now, I'm kind of favoring just throwing on whatever is cheapest, by and large. Just to fill out the list. I guess we'll pop that one on as well. There you go. I don't really think I need much in the way of extra speed. Right, what am I going to need for making a Roboport over here? Oh, I can already make one. Nice. Okay, let's... What kind of plastic do we have? Okay, let me have a quick look. What do I need? Iron, copper, steel, and plastic. Steel. Not got any plastic. Right. How much do I need? I need 90. How? Oh, it's the red circuits. Sorry, I always look at the raw materials. I don't know why. Always look at those raw materials instead. It's very silly, isn't it? Okay, I do not in any way, shape, or form have enough of the good stuff, sadly. Can I even make quality? Oh, I can't. Okay. I don't believe I can. Never mind then. There we go. I would like to throw one of these down in here somewhere. Just so the rest of this, all the buildings here can be done automatically. I don't need to think about it. There we go. I would like to make this a supply chest in there. I know I've missed a few streams, but has Aavak not faced Shai Halud yet? No, I have not. I have not faced Vulcanus yet. Right. Now then, I've got a couple of construction robots, and I will give you half of them. There we go. Actually, you know what? I'm going to make one of these. You got many construction bots? You do not. Are you built for construction? You are. Then I'm going to want... Oh, actually, you've got a few. Thinking about it. Let's get rid of all of these. No reason for you to be carrying that. Okay, you can dump the stone out of my inventory if you would be so kind. I guess I need some logistics bots here. There are a couple of things that I want to do. I'm not yet certain that I want to do all of them on Fulgora yet. You know what? No, I'm gonna have the bots that I brought, but they are the only bots that I'm gonna be using. I will take the ones from you. You don't need them. You're just gonna be my. Well, actually, no, that's not entirely true. Let's take. Sure, you can have 20. I'll keep 18 on you. There we go. Right, I'm gonna need more accumulators, I think. I need holmium more. I'd also like some bots, but I'm going to need electric engines for that. That's going to need loop. Yeah, I'm going to need a lot of stuff, so I'm going to need to get up to this. But I do believe, if we look in here on planets, that oceans of oil. So getting lubricant won't be that difficult for us. Good morning, Spring Critter. Thank you so much for the 77 months of support. Oh, and the Transport Wild says, oh, my co-worker who I've been telling about these streams too is greatly amused that chat has been making you go backwards on the planet, and he hopes you get amazing personal armor eventually. He says going Zoom is fun. Duly noted. I will make that a high priority. Alright, so, let's just... I can dump these over here. I'm not sure that's going to make much... going to help at all. Well, I suppose some of it will. It won't be able to use the higher quality stuff yet, but... Well, it wouldn't even help. As far as I'm aware, liquids can't have a quality. So... It'll use it. I can tell it's to use it by... I think. Can I tell it to make... Yeah, I can. But it just, it's not going to make higher quality holmium stuff, I don't think. No, it's just still holmium. Exactly the same. Yeah. Liquids have no quality. But the things that I wanted to work on, I want to continue working on the A33 Maxi. I want to finish up the shield and shape this a little bit more. Have it taper a bit more. So bring this out ever so slightly to somewhere like that, and then have this swing up. With all of that extra room, I might extend it out a little bit more as well. Make it a longer ship. Possibly. I mean, it's got a lot of room. I don't think it actually needs it, so maybe not. But if I do reshape the front, then that would allow me to position more, some more of the functional components out to the side. So I wouldn't have to have this be as broad down here. So I could still probably have a nice dome tapering down to a needle thruster. The needle of thrusters down here. We'll see what works with that. But for the time being, it seems that it's working well. If uranium fuel ever drops below 50, then we immediately try to return home. Currently we're going to Gleba to grab some bits and bobs. And that seems good enough. Prudwen is presently just chilling out over here. I don't think Pridwan has any... well, no, Pridwan does actually have some orders. I'm going to tell Pridwan it's not allowed to leave for now, and then I'm going to just adjust these. Let's remove passenger present. I could have Pridwan bring the bots that I need, but I'm disinclined to. I think I want to just try and conquer in much the same way. Like, I did use Pridwan a bit in the early stages of Gleba, but I don't think I needed to. I think I was just enamored by the idea, oh, well, I can have a space station, like a ship in orbit acting like a space station that's gathering me goods. And it just gave me a bit of iron plate and some stuff, though it did eventually start bringing me necessary components, but I would like to conquer Fulgora fully before I resort to that, if that makes sense. For now, I think I would rather just sort all this out. There we go. Let's get all of these out there. There we are. I'm going to want to make a couple of storage vessels here. Let's make 5 of them. I'll plonk those down so that these items can be deposited. I was going to have them just be a line, but whatever, I'll do this one. Right, I would like you to trash anything you're not requesting. And I, likewise, would like to... Well, I could trash everything, I suppose, but... is there a reason to do that? No. There is not. Let's just dump things until I need them. Good lord, why have I got so many gears? Oh. See, this is actually kind of why we need to have logistics bots. I need to make that a priority. Just so I can empty out my gubbins in a timely fashion. You know what? Whatever. Oh, I can click there. That's why that worked. Alright, let's grab the stuff I actually need. Or want, at the very least. Everything else there is good. Right, you can have some of the... No. Some of these back. No. I see. That makes more sense. That was being very bad. What we got over here? Anything in particular I want? Yes, a couple of things. Right, okay. So, I would like to get some bots production up and running, so I would like an offshore pump. I need just some iron for that. Do we not have iron? Oh. We do not. No. But, very easy to get by doing this. I would like quite a lot of it. Go ahead, take as much as you can. And this one as well. And then eventually it'll start gathering scrap again. We'll take that out. We want one offshore pump. Already got a chem plant. It's got 2 in fact. I can easily make some pipes. So, I'm going to need to make this. I need lubricants. That's going to be super duper easy. See, that looks so wrong. But whatever. This is going to be a very just thrown together build right now. As all I want to do is produce electric engines. I need to place down a chem plant. Pretty much straight there. That all this needs is heavy oil. Straight into you. There we go. Then I'm going to want to make the flying robot frames. A couple more of those actually. Okay. Copper, steel, and plastic. got a little bit. Don't have enough though. Need a little bit more copper and a bit more steel. So, time to run the copper cables through the system. Yeah, it's such a weird spot for that to let me put it on. I agree. Not sure why it is, but I'm not going to complain too much. It is working to my advantage again. Construction bots are slowly concreting this island. Glorious. Wow. All of that copper cable, and that is all I got out of it. That is painful. Super painful, actually. Alright, I still need a load more. What can I use to get that then? I guess the circuitry would work. Because that in turn would make more bits and bobs. That being said, oh, you know what? No, let's take those back. I just need 4 speed modules. So, oh, actually, I do need the. I need the green. Oh, why am I like this? I'm so focused on what I'm looking for that I'm not seeing anything else around it. No? Peripheral awareness is garbage right now. Right. Unfortunately, it's going to take me a little while to make these, so you know what? I'll queue up a couple more besides. Those should not still be trying to make 4. Hoping Aavak does a I don't intend to use bots for logistics here. I just want a little bit so that I can do things like dump stuff out of my inventory. I know that's very, very cheap, but, you know, just little things like that. And also, I'm going to need some for loading the rocket silos at the end of it. But if you've paid any attention to the way I've gone through this sort of stuff up to now, you'll know that I favor belts. Why? Because belts are broken in this game. And by that, I mean they are completely busted OP. They do not consume power. They should consume power, but they don't consume power. Just the way it is. I am far too used to Captain of Industry where belts do consume power. And I actually make it so that they won't even work without, because you have an option. And I prefer to make sure that they require a lot of effort to work properly. Let's pop you down. No, I can't put you there. That would have been perfect. Let's move this along a little bit. I want pipe. There we go. Right, so I want these. I'm going to want basic engines in here. That's fine. I'm going to want those to load up, so I'm going to want... See, I could make a request a chest here, but the only value to doing that is so that I can quickly see what I need. But it's fine. Steel, gears, and pipe. So I've got plenty of that. There we are. And I guess... should I just make a quick assembler for dealing with the pipe? Might actually be worth my time, yeah. Does mean I'm going to need another couple of bits, but it's fine. We'll just get things moving. Okay, you need to stop. You need to go away. Get you in place. Out there. Right. I should be able to make one of these easily enough. The thing with Fulgora is that you will have an overflow of items, so it's the perfect case for quality cycling. Putting quality on the normal scrap and recycling just means more quality stuff in that case, but I would wait till I have a proper sorting array, and those do need space. We'll see what I come up with. The nice thing about me not paying any attention to the ways that other people do things is that I sometimes come up with novel solutions to a problem. I'm not saying that what you're suggesting is wrong in any way. I'm just saying that you sound like you've settled on an idea and you're now blind to other ideas. I am free of that burden right now. So the less you try to tell me about how to do things, the more fun you're going to have. It works for you and it works for me. It's very, very cool. Alright, there we go. Oh, I know. That's why I didn't call you out specifically, Iota. I know you were talking to Duffelfish, but it's one of these things. You're talking in and around, and you were also quite commonly use backseat passes in the past. I think we actually had a conversation about it, and since then you've been very good about it. But just reiterating things just for anyone else who's fresh to the streams. It's a useful sort of thing to say out loud every now and then before I have to address someone specifically and say, hey, you're doing this, stop. It's much better if I can say, it's great when this thing doesn't happen, not needing to name any names because no one has done it yet, but basically giving you forewarning not to. The foibles and interesting twists and turns of language, my friends. There we go. Right, so you know what? Since we're on the topic anyway, I will take the opportunity to say I am very, very thankful that people have managed to avoid spoiling things for me as much as they have avoided it. I know it's not easy, especially when you're excited about something. Something I often try to, even when someone says something I wish they hadn't, I try to temper my disappointment with the fact that it's astronomically uncommon that someone did that specifically to ruin something for the other person. It is 99.99999% of the time they're just excited that it's something that they're good at and that they can share that. They want to help you get to the fun stuff faster because they've already done all the legwork. I think there's a very diverse group of people who play games, and not all of them find the fun in solving the puzzles. Quite a lot of people find the fun in getting to the end credits. So if they can do that faster with less effort, they're happier with it. But then there's other people who, for them, the journey is the point of the game, not the destination. Alright, so with you doing, I think I'm just going to make these, well, I could throw something down to make them auto-magically, I guess. It wouldn't be a terrible idea, I suppose. Hi, Aavak. Can't stick around, but been looking forward to more Factorio. Hope the infinite factory growth goes well. Thank you very much. Arnie and Yobgod enjoying themselves in the chat. That's it. To drink water, you pour it into your mouth. Maybe for you. Man, imagine not being able to just drink water by simply existing in a hydrous space. Such primitive biology. Having to use an orifice to imbibe liquids. Huh. Next you're going to tell me you've got a specific organ for dealing with it, and it isn't just a distributed task across all of your cells. And then you'll try and tell me that your cells have dedicated roles, that they can either be muscle or brain or eyeball. And like, wow. You just crawled out of a pond or something. I will stick you about here. Actually, let's do this a little bit of a different way. We need copper. And for that, I'm going to need you not to be full. Dump everything over here for now. But this is the part I would love to be able to do with, like, right now, this is just a boring task. That is good enough. Right, let's go ahead. I want to convert all of these into copper, ideally. Actually, let's... What do you need? You will do. You can go over there. That should give me some green circuits, which I can then further reprocess. No, that makes perfect sense to me, Iota Black, and you don't need to feel about it. We're all just, you know, ambling our way through life, learning how to better communicate with the other people, also ambling their way through life as well. No harm, no foul, buddy. Let's get half of these, process all of those. God, they do that very fast. My lord. I can go ahead and make one. I will, but I hope to get... There we go. I've got the green circuits now, so I should be able to make more of these. Go, and then I'll be able to make 2 of these. Ideally... Yes, I think. There is no reason why I should be making gears. Zero reason. Have I got the steel? I do. Yep. You know what? Let's just skip that part. Do these 2. 1, 2. And now into 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we'll get those in the go. Right. I keep forgetting that this is such an awkward shape. Guess if I put it there, it would work. Leave it one more. Right, I'm going to want to link these up via circuits. I'm also going to want to make them. Read robot statistics. Don't bother reading the network contents on this one. I just want to know how many available logistics and how many available construction bots there are. X and Z. I always forget which one's which. X is logistics. If X is less than 10, then it's active. If Z is less than 10, then this is active. Yeah. Need to wait for the lightning strikes to happen again. I wonder how this differs. Oh, it's efficiency. Okay. And the range. Okay. So, what's the other version of this? Because there's another one, isn't there? Just has a high efficiency. Okay. Oh, that's cool. Apparently I cannot. Right, now I want you. And then you. I didn't even notice that was it. Right, I want you to be making me... Oh, I would much rather this be working from a single place. So, move these to the side a little bit. Yep. Then I'm going to do this. Pop these in there. Those actually. And make two of those, make two of these. Oh, good lord. Really? I should not have to be making any circuits. Stop this nonsense. And then I want to just replace these. Oh, it didn't... Oh, that's kind of annoying. That should be Z. Right, we'll just, Z is construction bots. And X is logistics. Right, okay, that'll ensure that there are bots available. Oh, this one needs red circuits, my bad. Let's drop those in. Yeah. And we've got bots. Now, for this little starter area, I will make a requester chest or two. Just to keep things on the move. 1, 2, 3. That is a storage chest. That should work fine. Spring circuits as well. You know what? We need steel, gears. What else is it? So steel and gears and circuits. Take care of those. This one just needs iron. So 1 stack of iron. This one will need battery, steel, and electric circuits. And this one just needs green and red. And that should keep everything else running smoothly over here. Yeah. Alright, now that's all done, I think it's time for us to start considering setting up a real base. Because that's all good enough. We've got a pretty wide open space over here that I think we could move into. That shouldn't be an issue for us. I'll probably move all of this over there as well. I don't know. You know what? Since Iota Black popped a naming game right at the beginning, we will make this cargo pod. Iota's landing. Dunk. There you go. Let's just move it a little bit more. Just to mark the place that we landed on this planet. Seems like an important thing to know. Right, so that's going to keep the bots on the move. It's already got a couple. So with that, I no longer need to do any kind of scrapping or anything like that, and I can just hop into the Speedertron. And we will build everything from here from now on. Actually, I'm going to trash everything out of my personal inventory. For now, I will request things as I need them. But I will say I wouldn't mind building a couple more of those. Iron plate and batteries. Iron plate is a problem though because we're not generating iron plates. I guess I could break down steel though. Crap. Back. No, what? I'm all fingers and thumbs, apparently. No, I need that one too. I turned off the wrong thing. Not bad. Also, pop the gears, and we're getting a lot of gears, so they're not going to be an issue. Iron should not be a problem for me, basically. Iron should in no way, shape, or form be an issue. That's enough. Trash everything. Set up a bunch of things to be built around the place. That way, our initial scrap collection can just do its thing while we're out setting up our first base proper. I don't know what's going on there. Might have actually been better for me to make an assembler do that, actually. Why even quality before legendary? There's lots of things that are better quality before legendary, like any of the armors, weapons, solar panels especially, anything to do with your space platforms are wildly better. Like, it isn't just a case of they're a little bit better, but they are enormously better. Kayin there points out accumulators. Yeah, accumulators are bonkers better. Even just the basic increase is 100% better. So when it comes to your space platforms, it's worth it if you do nothing else quality-wise to set up quality solar, quality accumulators, and probably more than anything else, even though I don't have many of them yet, or any of them actually, asteroid collectors. Because asteroid collectors it's not just a case of their speed, it's the amount of arms they have. Like, that one gets such a ridiculous bonus from quality that I would actually go as far as to say if you quality build nothing else, asteroid collectors would be where it's at until you get to Legend. Like, if you in your head, like, I'm not going to waste time dealing with the shenanigans involved in trying to get quality components or anything else before Legendary, definitely go for Asteroid Collectors. Aavak, so why do you build in the craters on Fulgora? I never did find out. What do you mean in the craters? These are islands, not craters. This is an ocean. I know it doesn't look like one, but it's actually an oil ocean. And I guess this is like sandy oil. Either way, you can't build things on it normally. So yeah, we're building here because it's the only place to build, really. Oh, wait. I didn't realize that was not a... Oh, same over here. My bad. Let me pop down another one of those. In that case, then I'm going to need to make one of those. For that, I'm going to need copper cable, red circuits, and steel. That's going to be the last thing we do before I move out and I start construction elsewhere. Copper cable, steel, and red circuits, please, and thank you. Doesn't look like we're getting red circuits, though. I wonder, do I actually have enough to... I might, as it happens, have enough to make those gigantic accumulators. Let's see. Have I got rare... I do. Have I got rare batteries? I do. Huh. Okay, well, we'll make some rare accumulators then. Let's cull that. As for you... I'm not going to worry too much. Yeah, I can't make many, though. In fact... Yeah, I can make... none. Shame. We were shy on the rare batteries. What about the uncommons, then? Might be able to make some uncommon ones. Again, they're twice as good. If I've got the materials, yeah, I can make 4. That'll do. Oh. Yeah. It has to be done in December. Annoying, but oh well. So I need iron plate keys and electric circuits. Do I have enough, I wonder? Let's see, how many green and red circuits do I have of the higher qualities? Well, see, the thing with the assemblers is the assemblers actually get some of the worst. It's just speed, so I don't even think it's really necessary. Let's not worry about that. So I just want regular green, regular red. Already pulling in the regular red. Then I'm going to want gears and steel. Already got steel. And then finally iron plate as well. Alright, I'm actually going to make this into a provider, so that hopefully it evacuates. Actually, no, it would need to be a active provider chest, wouldn't it? And for that, we just need a couple of couple weeds. That's hot. Oh, damn it. I'm immediately hemorrhaging everything. There we go. Now the bot should move things out of there. At least until all of this is filled up. Now, back to this. I need to mine plates. Should be able to throw some steel in there. Oh, I still haven't made one of those. That's bad. Aavak, speed in assemblers is interesting when going for quality because speed modules increase quality of the items made. Yeah, no, that one's super obvious. Anyone who's being caught off guard by that just isn't reading. Not calling anyone out in particular, but the fact that you think you needed to tell me that, unlooping fool, says that either you got caught out or you watch people who did get caught out. And I say again, anyone who gets caught out by that didn't take the time to read the instructions. Very clearly states that speed modules reduce quality in equal amounts to the amount that quality modules increase quality. I did get caught out. Now I'm getting called out. Indeed you are. But to be fair, it is good advice to give out just in case. But yeah, no, we've talked about that before. So you don't. I think it catches probably more people out with beacons than anything else, I would imagine. Since when you're looking on, like when you're installing it, I imagine most people will check. They'll look to the item to see whether it produced, you know, what the quality difference is going to be, and then they're like, hang on a second, it's not going up. Why isn't it going up? But I think a lot of people are more likely to get caught out by that one when they've set up their factory, they've seen that the quality is good, and then they're like, okay, I'm just going to make it faster now, and they slap down some beacons and don't bother checking anything more because they've already done the check. So they're kind of, in a way, it's almost like they skip over that detail at that point. My bot's not helping. Oh. My bots are not helping because I have not got any bots. I accept 6 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Thank you. That will help. Right. Okay. Need some iron plates. And they are not coming to me fast, sadly. Got everything else but the iron plates. Let's try and dump a bunch of these in here. I love how fast these goes. Aavak hasn't watched enough American shows. No one reads the instructions anymore. I remember how much people made a big deal out of me reading the manual when I posted like a patron video. This was what, back 2-3 years? No, sorry. Black hole in my brain because of COVID. It was like 5 years ago. I swear that it's just like this time memory spot in my brain of the whole period where COVID happened. And my memory just goes from now to before COVID, and as if the time in between just didn't exist. But yeah, when I was making the second Ferret Nation cage, and I posted a little video for the patrons of me putting together the cage. It wasn't long after we'd gotten Ares and Athena. And it was all time-lapsed and stuff. And there was like a 10-30 second part where I just got out the instruction part, sat down on my couch and just read the instruction back cover to cover before I got up and started doing it. And so many people commented on it. I was like, don't you read the instructions when you're building stuff? What the hell? Let's get one of you, then one of you, and after that, one of you. Hey, Doobie, thank you very much for the free distraction. 3rd month, 2nd best month. Thank you so much. And Spring Critter as well, I missed a little bit ago. Good morning to you. Thank you very much for the 75 months. That is a very long time. This is why IKEA products get so much stick. Oh, there's other reasons why IKEA products get so much stick. There's lots of reasons why IKEA products get so much stick, and only some of them can be laid at the foot of the user for not reading the manual. If nothing else, the first thing I do when I'm like assembling furniture is I make sure I've got all the parts. It's so simple. It's like, okay, so I'm meant to have all of these parts. Do I have all of the screws that it says that I need? If I don't, can I get them? Do those screws exist in my screw box? If not, I'm not even going to bother trying. I'm going to have to... I mean, you know, if it's just screws, I'm just going to go down to a hardware store and get the screws. But, you know, if it's something more important, like I don't know, a shelf runner or something, it's like, okay, look, okay. No. You can take this back and bring me a prop. Though, you know, furniture aside, yeah, I don't know. I feel like the consequence for not reading the furniture instructions less severe than some other things could be. But I will say that the one that really gives me the heebie-jeebies is when people are building a PC and they're just like, okay, so I'm going to preface this. I am as guilty of this as the next person. I can read on the motherboard, like the USB controller for the front panel, something like that. I can see where I need to put things because it's clearly printed on the motherboard. I know which one needs to go where. That's fine. But it's when people are working out where things need to go by finding out which ones fit. That's when I'm like, oh, no. Please don't do this. I have seen too many videos of people like, oh yeah, this is how you build a PC. I'm like, no, that's not how you. I mean, that's how you brick your graphics card, sure, but that's not how you build a PC. That's how you have to go through the rigmarole of trying to convince the manufacturer. Oh yeah, it was broken when it got here. Oh my god, that gives me the heebie-jeebies very acutely. Dislike. Do not want. Right, I wanted to try and make these in higher qualities, didn't I? Have I got enough now? I do. So, whamp and whamp. To be fair, once you've made a few PCs, it's pretty easy to just slam it together. Again, like I said, I'm as guilty as the next person for not reading the instructions when it comes to, well, I can clearly see where this goes. It's literally printed there. But it's when people go like, huh, where does this go? Oh, well, I'm just going to work it out by finding which hole this plug goes into. Completely, like they've never seen the meme. Every block can go through the square hole. This is not a safe way to work out what cable goes where. This is very, very bad. Do not do. Right. So this one has got a 3 times capacity. very nice. Let's pop that one down there. You can find out what wires have power by sticking my fingers on them. Yeah, and you can work out if your house's circuit breaker is blown by shoving forks into a plug socket. I do recommend it though. You can work out how hot a fire is by sticking your hand in it. Also don't recommend. Okay, we're almost done faffing around over here now. This should get enough oomph going through this system for us for a while for us. Right, what we're going to need though is train tracks. And once all of this is set up correctly, I'm going to now set this one to just make regular ones. So for that, are we pulling in batteries? We are. We're pulling in plates? We are. So this will actually take care of everything else by itself. I'll pop these ones down. 1, 2, 3. There we go. All right, plenty of power, hopefully. Right, so we are going to want a train station. We're going to want a train setup. We are also going to want, well, some protection for me while I'm out there. So I'm going to need a lightning tower. What do they involve? Steel, copper wire, and stone brick. Super easy. I think, yeah, these do actually get a benefit, don't they? Yeah, the efficiency goes up. I'm not going to wait till. Steel. Actually, more pulling in the steel, copper wire. May as well see what qualities I've got. I know it can't go any higher than this. Steel, copper wire, and stone brick. Requires 8. Shame. Then I will bring in the uncommons. I might as well just replace what we've currently got with the better versions so that I don't have to worry about the power grid over here. I'm seeing that in the wrong way around. Although I suppose once again that's something I can only do via this, which is irritating to say the very least. Right, so let's switch this over then to uncommon versions of these. Oh, I had one. It's a little less than ideal. I was genuinely expecting to have more than that. But okay. I guess I shall rather simply request the basics then. Hopefully we've got some. I mean, there should be. These have been running for a while. Do I really not have enough? Wow. That's a bit of a shock to me. I'm not producing any into concrete, am I? No. Concrete is just being done by itself. Oh, wait. This is scrap giving me concrete and not the bricks. That might be the case. We have... Can I have a look at scrap? No. Right, that actually makes it gives me concrete. Right. Okay, well that explains a lot then. In that case, I would like to request concrete of whatever quality. How uncommon. Who's being attacked? It's a Kleber. Oh god. Oh, that's not good. That is quite unfortunate. Okay, oh. Okay, well that explains a lot. Alright then. We're a little bit too close. Let's draw them out past towards the landmines. There we go. Now go and destroy the aircrafts. And oh, I've gotten rid of my construction planner. I really only want this for eggs. Can I not select entity? Oh, there we go. Items on ground. There we go. I was going to say, it's been a while since we've had any issues down here, but honestly, this little spot here has caused problems for a while. They do like wandering over here. Should probably wander out and deal with some of the areas around here. I was putting off dealing with that as well for a while though. We emptied out everything. Yes, okay. That's fine. Right. Do I have much confidence? I kind of do. It's a lot of time to process. Oh, if I'm super lucky, I'll actually end up with a couple of these now. I'll be able to make a lightning rod or two. I don't know what exactly the lightning rods can damage. Will they damage rails, I wonder? That would be a bit of a problem if they can. No, I don't want the... sorry, that was a rhetorical question, I guess. Oh, well, you know what? Sure. No, go ahead. What is the answer to that question? If you have it. I was going to keep the other one, but sure. This is the request. I could bake those. I imagine we've got some stone that I could bake into brick. Though I'd need basic brick though. Which is not coming particularly fast. It's a bit of a pain. I guess I could just make a regular stone furnace though. Exactly the thing that I want, but it is a possibility. Well, do I have anything that I would be? Oh well, yeah, I've got fuel. Sure, I do in fact have fuel. So, go ahead and bring me some basic bricks. And I want some solid fuel of whatever quality, but bring me the strongest stuff. Rails are about the only thing that are not going to be hit by lightning, because you can't protect rails until the very late game. Ah, okay. Cool. Thank you very much for that. That does take some of the worry away. Do I have any? I do. Could I get some of the poor quality stuff as well? There we are. So I'm going to tell you to stack that and some of this. Okay. Hopefully that will help out. I'm now going to dump these things out of my inventory. Since they were the only reason I was holding on to that. In fact, by and large, I don't need any of this. The one exception being, I want the lightning towers. Do I have landfill available to me? I think we made a bit. I didn't. Yeah. Could make it with the stone, to be fair. Might be worth it. Do I have any of these available to me? I do. Do I have any of those? Let's see what we can do here. This little place will have enough power for a bit. So I can easily manufacture a stupid amount of landfill. That won't be an issue. In fact, we're going to do that right now. Let's summon needles of stone. What do we need trains for? Asked Stufflefish. Oh, because I don't want to do all of my stuff down here. I want this base, like, I want to move all of my production elsewhere. So I'm probably going to try and take a train up along this route. And have, like, well, maybe a train around here to load up scrap. And then take it over here where I'll actually process it. That's my plan, anyway. You could just turn all this stone into landfill and then like ship it off world. What's the stack size for a rock? Oh, 20. Never mind. I was gonna say that would kind of be a use for it at least. But no. Right. I am going to set up a little blueprint. That'll do. Now, do I have Fulgora set up already? I don't. How about I make a big focus blueprint? Paper can go in there. Now this can go in there, and I'll make a new one that goes in there that will be Fulgora. Yep. Right, I want to copy this. I'm just going to plonk this down wherever I need it to be. Since I'm going to want it pretty much everywhere, I'll just make that. I'm always going to want these to be in the network. Oh. Yeah, fair enough. Oh, that's not ideal. I guess I'll have to do like this. Oh. Can I not? Am I unable to lay landfill? Huh. Okay, that makes it a little bit more complicated. Wait a second. Will this work though? Let me... Oh, that's going to be a bit of a problem then. I need to redress my initial plans a little bit. Okay. First of all, let's get all that back in there. Also, however, we are going to need to make... Ooh. Right, so first and foremost, start making this. I want these. Steel and concrete. Reinforced concrete. Alright. We've got options. We do. This is throwing a little bit of a spanner in the works, but it's nothing terrible. Right, well, I'm going to want some more of these assemblers, so let's make one of those. 2 of them. 3 of them. Should be able to make all of that. Alright, gonna want you to produce water from melting ice, which I can provide in abundance. I'm going to want iron plates. And steel. Drop the steel. I need the iron plates, so let's pop in through there. But if that's the case, then I'm not going to be able to do anything on here. I'm going to check this out. Don't tell me though, chat. But I'm going to for science it. Because if I can't run elevated rails across this, then that is a pain. A much bigger pain than I was prepared for, if I'm honest. Oh, well, work something out, one way or t'other. Oh, let's get rid of that. In fact, let's get rid of that as well. I want you to request fairly soon. I've got quality ice, and I absolutely don't need it because I think, unless I very quickly glanced at that number and then misread it, that it's 1-for-1 on ice. So if I were to say this, do I have to do it this way? I do, but that's fine. Whatever. I do not mind. May as well just burn off the various qualities. Right, so I want you to make me refined concrete, please. There we are. I want another 3 of these. Don't need 3. Should have paid attention to that. Pop you down. Read regular concrete. Going to want iron sticks and steel plate. Iron sticks are easy enough to produce. In fact, I can request the iron. I can request the steel. I want another one of these now. I also want to want some more iron, so let's grab a bunch of gears. In fact, for a moment, I am simply going to load these in. That'll keep that one going for a little bit, making the iron. So this can now... this will also request iron plates. That'll make the iron sticks that I need. I'm going to need concrete as well. Unfortunately, I'm using that all over this place. Do I need to? No, but I've come too far now to stop. Why am I like this? It hurts. Not enough for me to stop doing it, of course, but it does hurt. Fulgora is treating me interestingly. I just discovered that you can't landfill the sandy parts of the oil ocean. I wouldn't have been too surprised if you couldn't landfill the oily parts of the oil ocean, like the deep bits. Like those bits, but you can't even landfill that, which is rough. Quite rough, actually. Actually, that was not doing too bad. Again, too. And I'm going to build the elevated rail. I'm hoping to goodness that elevated rail will work. If not, then I don't know what we do, because down here would be basically impossible. I think this is too far for an elevated rail to bridge this entire gap. Would logistics work in that case? Yeah, probably. No? Oh. Wasn't on the right screen. Yes, I could get logistics to bridge the gap. That might be an option. Not a very satisfying one, though. Not gonna lie, wouldn't be satisfied with that. I would like you to make me elevated rail posts. And for that, I'm simply gonna need iron, actually, so let's pop it there. I need dump and dump. Let's make 2 more of these. Man, I'm gonna need to make a basic wall quite badly. I want to know whether you work. You do? You don't? You do? Oh, okay, that's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We are saved. The run is saved. Awkward, but not impossible. Actually, you know what? Let's use a passive provider chest. Let's not make too many of these. You really don't need much. Let's in fact only keep 1 stack. I will eventually switch it over to that, and this as well. Road Train says there's apparently science that lets you cross the deep bits. Noted, noted. Again, there is no reason for me to be making these. Like, none. Zero ransom. Also, electronics. Oh, actually, the electric circuit is maybe better. I'll allow you to make some. And here, I'm probably going to drop like half of these to get new circuits. I love how you've chained the recyclers together. Actually, they're not chained. They're basically, I've got mines feeding into the recyclers, feeding into a central chest. It's basically a recycler clover. As far as I'm aware, the recycler might, like the mine, just outputs. So if you lined up a recycler into another recycler, yeah, you would be able to chain them. I mean, that would basically mean you would always recycle everything you got out of the first recycler, though. Which might be exactly what you want. But I'm not sure that would be the best, if I'm honest. Right, so, over here, I would like these. I'm going to need... Well, let's just get 5 of those. Make sure I require some clean circuits as well. Then I want another one of these that's going to make the rails. It's to require a buffer chest. No, not really. Regular request chest would be fine. But I will need a passive provider chest after it. Alright, are we ever running out of power at this point? We're getting close, actually. Probably have more available. Well, maybe don't make that many. That's awful. I've got 3. Actually, I'm going to need a little bit extra as well. This one's going to be making rails. Ah, gosh darn it, I need sticks again. In that case, I need them over here. Boop. Alright, let me reorganize this a bit. You know what, Spider-Trunk, you sit over there because it's a little bit ungainly. Alright, so this will be for the elevated rails. This will be for the rail lift, I guess. Both of them need the concrete. Both of them are going to need the iron. No, actually, neither of them need the iron sticks. This is the only one that does need the iron sticks. Okay, so if I were to place this here, tell you to make these, and I'd be able to pull in on this side. Stone and steel. The spaghetti has followed us to Fulgora. I want that to be a divider chest, but I want it limited to a single stack. Actually, no, this is gonna... Ooh. Yeah, I guess this is gonna have to be a buffer chest, not a provider chest, annoyingly. I'm gonna need red circuits for that one. And green circuits. just throw in the blue circuits for now. There we go, buffer chest. Alright, so. And we will hook this up. Tell this to only enable if tracks are less than a full stack of tracks. And these tracks are going to need to be fed to you. We're going to need the rail, steel, refined concrete. Irritating. Fires, steel. I guess I could make refined concrete available. That one's also going to need to require steel. I need steel in a lot of places. I'm starting to realize. And then finally I get this. This one only activates if the amount of raised rails is below a stack, which is 20. And this one only activates if the amount of rail ramps is below a stack, which it's 10. There we are. That should make everything available for me over time. Wow, how much do you need? Oh, good lord, you need 100? Wow. That is a very high consumption. Alright. Did I drop any? I did not. Aavak, take care of yourself or chat will riot. Oh, I suppose, yeah, it has been 2 hours. Alright then chat, we'll go on a tea break for just a moment. Okay, well that means that we can at least have some time for the refined concrete to build up. It's a bit of a pest, honestly. There's a lot needed, but I guess that's what I get for having them try to build 800 odd concrete on the ground for no particular reason. If I just sucked all of that up right now, then this would all get built super fast. You know what? As much as it pains me to, it's now kind of in the way, so only tiles. The great deconstructioning shall commence, and I'm going to go on tea break when we come back. Hopefully we'll have the rails to actually set up the rail station off this island and to the larger island and actually start properly considering how I'm going to run recyclers and such. The meat and bones of Fulgora await.